In this video, I'm going to be going over how to improve your current listings, titles, tags, and descriptions. And I'm also going to unveil my strategy that I use in order to do proper keyword research to make sure that I'm really optimizing my listings for the best case scenario when it comes to keywords. Without further ado, let's hop into this video. Welcome back, guys. My name is Hannah Gardner. If you're new to the channel, I teach people how to build brands on Etsy and also Shopify. I have built two brands, one a six-figure brand and one a seven-figure brand between my Etsy and Shopify platforms. And I've been documenting that journey here on this channel, just trying to give back is everything that I've learned along the way. So if that is what you're into, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As we mentioned before, how are we going to use keywords to improve our current listings, titles, tags, and descriptions, or maybe even if you're making a new listing for the first time? The first thing that I want to just touch on when it comes to keywords. Sometimes when I'm working with students or I'm consulting with people get really overwhelmed, let's just say, with keywords to the point where they're stressing over, what word should I do this or long tail or that. And while keywords are important, don't get me wrong, and the goal with your keywords is to set yourself up for the best case scenario based off of the words that are available to you for your listing that are a keyword product fit, right? We want to do that for sure. I would say if you're first starting out and you're picking and choosing something to stress or obsess over, it's more important to obsess over photography and imagery and branding more so than keywords. Because honestly, nowadays, Etsy's algorithm, their AI that they have going on, I'm seeing listings that have an Etsy pick badge, I'm seeing listings that have bestseller badges, and they literally have no keyword optimization in their listing. And it's just because of the actual product and the way that the product is being marketed. So building competitive products and focusing on imagery should really be your main priority when you first start. And keyword research shouldn't be something that's stressful. It shouldn't be something that's like super time consuming. All you're doing, all it comes down to is going and using some tools that we're going to show you here today and figuring out what are the best case scenario words based off what is available to me. Without further ado, let's hop into my computer screen here. So we are inside of my Sales Samurai account. I'm using the Shops tool right here. So the Shops tool is a analyzer tool that's going to be analyzing and pointing out some key things about my listing. So you see here, I have missing tags highlighted. So I have 76 listings where I'm currently missing tags. I'm going to start with the ones that are missing tags, since obviously those ones need some love first. Then I'm going to sort this by the listings that are getting the most views, because obviously I want to optimize those the very best I can, since obviously they're getting the most exposure. So there's the most money on the line there. So we can see here, I have this listing that has gotten over 16,000 views. So I'm going to click this little information button here and take a little deeper dive look at what's going on with this title and how I can improve it. So previously we were writing the titles like this, where there was a lot of repetitive words and we were dividing them by these little lines to make it look clean. Nowadays, because again, Etsy, Facebook ads, all these platforms are constantly updating, their algorithms are constantly improving. So nowadays, you don't actually need to be repeating words like this. See, if you see pillow here, multiple times. So that's the first thing we're going to start doing to improve our listings, is not repeating keywords, and really make sure that we're putting the most strongest keywords at the beginning of primarily the titles and the tags. And to go even a step further, Etsy's saying now that they're really prioritizing the first 4 words inside of your title specifically. So we need to make sure that our first few words here are really optimized for the best case scenario keyword. So out of all the keywords that are available to us, what is the absolute #1 keyword that we want to rank for? We're going to want to make sure that we're putting that there. Another thing, like I mentioned, I'm going to need to actually come back here and take out these little dashes, because these dashes, believe it or not, are Etsy seeing them as its own word. So we're actually wasting space here by these little lines. This is something that I used to do previously on all my listings. So I have a lot of listings that I need to revamp. So I have a lot of really good best-selling listings. But again, this stuff can't hurt your listing. It can only help improve your listing. So that is what we're going to be doing here. Essentially, let's go back to our listing here. This is the one, again, it said that we're missing some tags. When I come and analyze the listing a little bit deeper here, it's going to pull all of the tags that I currently have in the listing. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go do a fresh round of keyword research and see if there's any new or better keywords that I can add into my titles and my tags and my descriptions, or if it's just a matter of maybe I am using all the really strongest keywords that are available to me, but maybe they're not arranged properly in my title. So let's go back and see what we can do to fix this listing. So I'm going to start creating a list. So when you come in here, you see this little heart. These are all highlighted. I can heart this and I can add it to a list. So I have a 3-pillow set list that I've created, and I can hit OK and it will save it to my list. I'm going to create a list of words and I'm just going to start adding a bunch of keywords in there. So I added all the tags that are currently in this listing to that list, but let's go do some more keyword research on some other keywords that already exist in my listing. We have green, brown, beige, boho pillow. We have brown lumbar. So there's a lot of other keywords here that I didn't include in my tag. So I want to add as many keywords as I can to that list. And again, what we're going to end up with is a list of keywords that are available to us that are keyword product fit. Let's just take a word like tufted pillow. So I'm going to go to this search tool here, and I'm going to type in tufted pillow. Now I've already done all this for the sake of the video, but again, the goal of this is just to keep adding a bunch of words to that list that we're going to sort through later on. And it's going to spit back to me a list of words here that could potentially be related to that keyword. And sometimes just by doing this with this search tool here, Sales Samurai actually gives us words that we didn't think of before that we can add to that list again. So I'm going to sort it here by the highest search volume, because we want to keep adding words to that list that are really, though, again, the best case scenario. So what does best case scenario mean? It means a higher search volume and ideally lower competition, as you can see here. But you don't always get low competition keywords, but if you do happen to stumble upon a keyword that has super high search and low competition, then that's a super valuable word that you might want to consider putting in the beginning of your titles. It doesn't look like tufted has anything to do with pillow here on that first page. Let's go to the next page here. So we got a keyword, tufted pillows. So you can see I already hearted it here. Tufted pillow, so pillow without an S. I already have it hearted. So you kind of get the point here. Let's see the other keywords that we have in here. Boho pillow cover. Let's do a little research on that. Boho pillow. Actually, let's keep it broad and just type in boho pillow. So we typed in the boho pillow here. The first one that's showing up doesn't have a lot of search volume. It has lumbar pillow boho, so I'm going to heart that one here. We can also see the tag on this side. It's giving you suggestions and then also tags. So here's boho pillow at 941 search volume, so that's a little bit more. So I hearted this one. I hearted decorative pillow. I hearted throw pillow. But let's just say, you know, obviously I used the word boho pillow before, but let's just say boho pillow was a new word that I had previously never thought about to add to my listing, right? And say it was a suggestion, you stumble upon it. So to validate that this is actually a keyword product fit, what I would suggest you do when you're doing this research is open a new incognito window and actually input here that keyword. If in incognito, you know, the listings that are showing up for that keyword actually do resemble the product that you want to sell, because obviously you don't want to just be throwing keywords into your listing if when you type it in the search bar, Etsy is not showing you anything that looks like your product or at a similar price point, I would say. So boho pillow obviously works out for this case scenario, so I have it hearted in that list as well. So this is the first way that I'm basically just going back, doing some validation, checking, all the words that I used in my title, my tags, and adding them to that list. Now, another way that I'm looking for new keyword opportunities or doing some more keyword research is you can actually go into your Etsy ads. So if you go into your marketing tab, you go to Etsy ads, you can come in here and click in detailed stats, and then you can scroll down here and see searches that led to this ad. Now this is actually going to show you the keywords, what buyers actually are searching for and why your ad showed. So Throw Pillow, as you can see, is getting me a bunch of exposure for this listing, and it actually made me one purchase, only showing me in the last 30 days. I don't think it will even show me for the whole year. Let's see. Yeah, no, so it's not gonna let me see for the whole year. So 30 days isn't a huge data sample, but these are some good indicators of some good keywords. And so because I'm getting so much exposure for Throw Pillow, and I obviously don't have that even in the first 4 words of my title, I think it would be actually super valuable to take Throw Pillow and put it into the beginning of the title and change this title completely, which we're changing the title completely, but when I change it, put Throw Pillow absolutely first. And remember, if I come back into Sales Samurai, if I go to my favorite section, right, we go to our keywords that we've saved in our list, right, and now we have a whole list of keywords that we had just made, right, and Throw Pillow is actually a 7 right here. It's right behind Throw Pillows, but it's saying for that listing specifically, something's working on Throw Pillow. So I'm going to experiment with putting Throw Pillow in the beginning of my title. So I can come in here and now I can export this list from Sales Samurai. And here is the list of all the keywords that I just added to the list, right? We can take this column here. We're going to sort it by descending, so we're going to see the highest search volume keywords first. So if I remember correctly, some of the words that were super strong, right? We have just Throw Pillow. So I'm going to just use this last column here, and I'm going to put this 1. So I'm going to start numbering which words I want as my top 5. So Throw Pillow, I really liked the word, I believe 20 by 20 boho, decor pillow. It has a little bit less search volume, but if I remember correctly, the competition on this, on this one was actually super, relatively less than these words down here. So I'm gonna go after this keyword next in my title. Other keywords that I really like, lumbar pillow cover, decorative pillows. If I remember correctly, decorative pillows was the 3rd highest of why my ad showed up. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm including that one in my title. So we're going to go 4. Another one here is Throw Pillows. So Throw Pillow and Throw Pillows. So we're going to make sure that we want to use the word pillow and pillows. So let's go back and grab that keyword as well. Throw Pillows, that is 5. So just based off this, let's start writing our new title. Back to the listing here. As you can see, this is what it looks like currently. Another thing is Etsy, again, obviously they care about buyers more than their merchants. It's just what it is. They care about the buyer experience. So they don't want you to have your listing just fully stuffed with keywords where it could be a little bit overwhelming or just confuse the buyer at all. So this could be a little bit overwhelming since we're basically repeating the same word, throw and pillow, like a million times. So let's go ahead and rewrite this listing. So we said Throw Pillow is probably the strongest word. We have Throw Pillow. So I think I'm going to make the first section of words Throw Pillow set. And remember, nowadays this little dash is counting as a word. So we're not going to divide it by these dash. We're going to go ahead and divide it by this comma. The next word that I had put in there, I had put 20 by 20 boho, and we already used the word pillow, so now let's go use pillows. I'm going to go back actually and add 3. Decorative and lumbar was another 2 really strong keywords, so we're going to go decorative lumbar. So now we have the word decorative in there, we have the word pillow and pillows, and we can put cover, because cover is also included in number 2 here, which is boho pillow cover. So you see how you don't actually need to go ahead and repeat words, and we're really optimizing for as many different words as possible. So it's kind of like a puzzle in a way. Let's see what else we have in here. 20 by 20 actually. I put spaces here. And the reason why I put spaces there is because in the sizing options, we actually have a 20 by 20 variation option with no spaces. So even you don't even need to repeat the keywords if they exist in like your attributes or your variation options. So to differentiate the way that someone could type it in, you see here that this one I'm actually giving spaces, even though the one in the list is 20 by 20. So again, you don't need to even repeat keywords if it's in any of your attributes here. So like if I put cotton here because it's made out of cotton, I don't actually need to put cotton in the title because it's going to get picked up in the attributes. Actually, I'm going to take the word tufted and put tufted here. So it's tufted 20 by 20 boho pillows, decorative lumbar cover. Let's go green. Let's get the word green in there. 18 by 18 green covers, since we already used the word cover but not the word covers. Other keywords that we have in here is mud cloth pillow. So the lumbar is actually mud cloth. So we could go ahead and do a mud cloth with a space. And actually the one that is made out of mud cloth is the lumbar, so we're gonna go mud cloth. Well, as you can see, this is the finished title here. So we went from having that long confusing title to this. We used a lot of the words from the top of this list already that has like our best case scenario words, but there is some more words that we can go after. So I did mud cloth with a space before because it had a little bit more search volume, but now I'm going to do mud cloth without a space. I'm going to go after pillowcases. I'm going to add that in there. Yes, we're repeating pillow, but this is going in the back end in the tags, and we want to go after the word cases, so it can't really hurt from a back end perspective. Pretty much used most of the key word. At this point, for the sake of the time of this video, because my list, we pretty much went through that main list, adding all the keywords in there, I'm going to go back and expand my list, even if it's smaller search volume keywords. As long as they're a keyword product fit, I want to just go back and add as many other additional words as I can. I'm broadening the amount of search pages that I can show up for. Go back and do the same type of research that I showed you in the beginning, basically going through Etsy search pages, maybe looking for new word opportunities to investigate in Sales Samurai, and then obviously using the Sales Samurai's tool as well, and then maybe even going back deeper into my stats and just adding all the words that I can that would make sense for this listing. So that's what I did here, and we have our 13 tags filled out. Say you run out of space in your title and your tags, right? Then I would say the least favorite keywords that are still good, I would throw those into the description at this point. Keywords are not something to stress over, because at the end of the day, you're setting yourself up for the best case scenario based off of what is available to you, right? Now, you putting one word in front of the other and stressing over it, that's really, that type of brain energy is not really worth it, because essentially what Etsy is at the end of the day is you're going to try to set yourself up for the best case scenario, and you're going to throw it out the algorithm, and at the end of the day what Etsy decides to do with your listing is completely out of your control. So what is winning for you is setting yourself up for the best case scenario and throwing as many listings at the algorithm as you can and seeing which ones catch, and then do more of what's working, right? Like, it's the same thing with my YouTube videos, right? The video I end up working the hardest on and putting the most love towards ends up tanking, and then the video that I think looks the worst and sounds the worst ends up going viral, right? So it's not in your control, so it's not really worth your time and energy stressing over it, right? Set yourself up for the best case scenario, give it to the algorithm, and move on to the next listing. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Hannah Gardner. If you got any value out of this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment any of your questions or concerns down below, and yeah, subscribe to the channel, because that honestly just supports my channel, and it means a lot to me that you have stayed till the end. So if you did, thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.